Yes, it's a beautiful day, and it's always one big pleasure to be here. So, what am I talking about today? I will go straight into it because I just love getting into this topic. Now, I've never been so happy about anything like political since the revolution in Grenada. Seriously. And I say that because I recognize that time as a time when our people lift up their head and decided to carve a path for themselves without being the backyard or, you know, or anything of the sort to foreign agents or foreign countries or anybody else for that matter. A time when we had decided to take our own fate in our hands. Well, it didn't really work out the way we wanted to, but at the end of the day, we did a whole lot for our country, and we could be happy about that. But with that past, no, we are living in a time basically almost different than the time we were living during those time from 1979 to 1983. But I am not talking specifically about Grenada, but whatever I am saying now most definitely will have to include Grenada. Why? Because we are black people. The Caribbean are black. But I'm speaking specifically about Africa and not one place in particular, the whole of Africa, you know. Anyway, most of us are aware that there is a war going on in Ukraine and Russia. We are also aware, I guess, that America is actually supporting the war against Russia, supplying arms and aids to Ukraine to fight against Russia. On top of all this, America is actually promoting the homosexual agenda. Well, they even invited and have a party. You could say maybe a homosexual party or carnival in the White House a couple weeks ago. Anyway, that is their business. The situation is this. They are trying to impose this homosexual agenda on the rest of the world. Specifically, they are targeting Africa. They are targeting the black nations to accept homosexuality. You know, basically accepting that a man could have sex with another man, a woman could have sex with another woman, you know. According to our culture, that is an abomination. I am not saying that there are not black people who are not involved in that. That would not be true if I say that, because I know there are a lot of black people that are involved in homosexuality in the, I mean, even in this time, you know. But anyway, Africa refused and said, no, that is not part of our culture, that is not part of our thing. So keep it for yourself. We don't need it. Keep your homosexuality for yourself. As a result of that, America decided, well, we're gonna use the old technique we always use on people. We gotta do some embargoing. We gotta do some sanctioning. You know, we're gonna fly our flag in your country, in our embassy. You know, we are kind of disrespectful like that. So America is back to the old foolishness. Well, they have never left the nonsense. Okay. Now, America actually had controlled, as we know, the trade monopoly in the world based on the US dollar, which was the trading currency internationally. Anyway, so with that, they could have embargoed you, they could have cut you off from using the US dollar, they could have seized your money. When you bank it in their bank, you could have seized you there and seized that, and that is how America does do their thing. But anyway, that would be changed eventually because of BRICS and everything like that. So in the meantime, I think they are actually, let me say, giving out their last breath or something, you know. But anyway, so they decided to embargo Uganda, they decided to embargo all the places that did not adhere to the homosexuality agenda. Anyway, the problem is that due to those kind of trade they have with America, then that could be a problem for Africa getting grains and stuff like that. And grains mean bread, and grains mean cake, you know, grains mean a whole lot of stuff, you know. So that is a problem. Okay, but a friend in need is a friend always indeed. Now, for the longest while, let me give you a little background. Years gone by, ever since Africa was in the struggles, Russia had been there assisting them in any way possible to fight against the colonialism, to fight against the wickedness that happened in the country. Russia had always been there, helped them in every way possible. When apartheid was going on in South Africa, Russian was there, Cuban was there, fighting with those alongside black people to get rid of those people. America was just sitting there and not saying anything. It's like it never actually concerned America until it concerned America. That is always American policy. You know, it always have to be about America for them to get involved. Anyway, so with all that happened, you find that the people like the French, the Portuguese, nobody talk about the apartheid, nobody talk about the stress that is happening in Africa, the poverty, nobody really doing much about it, you know, anything. Anyway, now that Ukraine is at war, America wants Ukraine, no, not Ukraine, they want Africa to support Ukraine in the war. America said no. Sorry, but Africans say basically they want to be neutral. Okay, to be neutral, when you're neutral, you could go to any side, and based on other occurrences, it means no, we're not gonna support Ukraine. We'll try to put a little peace between them, but hear this: Ukrainians say that black people are not qualified to talk about peace to anything in Europe. So that is disrespectful. So right there, you know, the die is cast. We know exactly whose side is on our side, okay? And whose side we're gonna be on, you know, with the impertinence and everything. Right. So as a result of that, and a whole lot of other things, you find that the African people support Russia seriously. They would not, they wanted to arrest Russia, Mr. Putin, when he come into the BRICS summit sometime in August, next month soon. Well, they're not gonna do it because he would go anyway, right? And he's showing up America to the world. We don't need you much. We don't really need you. We could trade with you as business associates, but we don't really need them, you know. But anyway, as it turned out, with all these homosexuality things we're refusing to accept, with all the embargo that passed and sanction America threatened and everything else, in comes Russia. And Russia make it abundantly clear to Africa, hear this, they don't want to give you grains, we will supply the grains to you. And basically, Russia is about almost the biggest place on the face of the earth, the grain supply on the face of the earth, together with the whole of Ukraine and all those places there. So, Africa doesn't have a problem for that. So, America could keep their grain about the trade. That is their business. On the other hand, Russia step up to the plate and say, look, kill this. I'll tell you what. I know that you all just opening up your eyes to what is happening in this world. Well, he didn't actually say it like that, but I'm just, putting a little thing into it, And now at this point in time that you all need a friend more than anything else. We don't want you all to be on the fence, confused as to where you want to go. So hear this. I'll make a big thing with you all right now. The $23 billion that you all owed me, you all don't owe me it no more. If you have this kind of money anywhere stock up, use it to build your structures. Use it to organize yourself. I mean, come on, that is big people talking here. You don't owe me that money anymore. Now, if that is not a friendly move, I don't know what is. Okay? I don't know what is. And that is what you call a friend. Yes, we know Russia would like supporters, but who doesn't? You understand? But then, if I'm gonna choose somebody that only need me when they need something, I don't want them to be my friends. I want somebody to be with me thick and thin. All through the struggles down there, in the apathy, in the racism, in the this, in the that, Russia had been there, so we stick in Russia. On the other hand, we have China. China in this case is always to me a helpful friend you cannot trust 100%. Serious. A friend that you can't really trust 100%. I mean, we could appreciate Chinese help. We could appreciate business with China. But it's just that China does produce some kind of fake goods and thing, which I had for some experience with, and stuff like that. But if that is just their problem, producing like a fake thing, but then they genuinely decide to help Africa and not recolonialize Africa, because you see, the thing is that now most people find themselves doing that in different ways. China could study what America, what France and the Portuguese and all these people, what they did. Study the procedure they go through to colonize and brutalize, and they decide, who knows, maybe to take a different approach and colonize us maybe over a case of 50 or 100 years. You understand what I'm saying? Now we gotta be careful. We gotta be really, really, really careful with those people out here, because okay, I just tell people here, and the Bible said so. Do not marry to these people, these heathen. Do not give your daughter over to them as wife. You understand why? Because these people will turn you away from the Most High or Elohim. Most of us really like to and enjoy marrying all these heathen people. Why? Because the Most High know them heathens more than you. You see, these are the heathens who will come and make children and wash out your bloodline. Before you know what happened, you don't know whether you're black or you're white. They start out with names. Now they're gonna start with blood. You see, you have people in China, black Chinese in China already, blue-eyed people, most of them. What I'm saying, we are qualified to make all those kind of people, but the point is the fact that the Chinese will go in there and try to impregnate a whole lot of black women, poor as black women, and have a set of Chinese running around, give them a foothold in our land. You understand? And it wouldn't be a nice thing that after 50 years you have to go about flushing out Chinese, because these people have a lot of people in the country. Plus, these people of them have a situation where they went through a whole lot of farming, and that is why you see Chinese eating all kind of nasty thing on yes, I have to say nasty stuff on YouTube and TikTok, all kind of thing you never see yet. Them Chinese creeping up that and they eating that with gusto. You know, the abominable broth. You understand? Because during their farming and everything, these people and them eat all kind of things, dog, cat, rat, mouse, anything they could pick up for survival. That actually become basically as part of the culture right now. You understand? We have to basically understand those things. So these people have a whole lot of people to feed. Yes, they have a lot of money. The question is food and development. You see, they come in places like Grenada. They try to experiment with fishes. They experiment with the wax apple and everything like that. These people are looking for people where they could colonize. It's basically the same thing that the Europeans did. It's just that I look at it like Chinese doing it differently. You understand? So Chinese are placing their mark anywhere. Anywhere they go, they're placing their mark anywhere. Why? They're placing it there for Chinese, not for you. You understand? And maybe if they want to put it for you, because so far they would like you to be Chinese anyway. You know, you have Chinese principles, you worship China and everything like that. Even recently, I heard that the Chinese are actually rewriting the same Bible we call the Holy Bible. They are rewriting it in their way, according to how they see it. So if they are doing that, then right now they're looking to indoctrinize the world and the people who they colonize technically. You understand? So what will be happening there is that next thing you have to be learning the Chinese and you have to be learning their way of life. And if you fail to do it, you know, then maybe there'll be a penalty for that. So we don't know. The thing is, we have to be careful. We have to make sure that you understand, our people, could actually preserve our bloodline, our race. You know, because these people most definitely will dilute it. Because the scripture tells us that we will be turned away from the Most High if we get involved and integrated with these people. You understand? We could trade with them, that is no problem, but we can't let them get into our place too deep. As a matter of fact, the scripture said we have to be careful who we let into our house. You know, and it's because we let in the Europeans, you know, and those people, they come and they infiltrate and destroy our communities, destroy us, and put us into slavery because we're too nice. I mean, the fact of the matter is, look at how we're doing it now. Even now, we don't even nice to our people, but we're nice to every white person we see. We're nice to every Chinese, every Greek, everybody we see. We're nice to them, but we are evil to each other because we're wicked. You know, and we have to stop that. Okay, so as a result of all these things, right, I am happy that Africa stand up and face America like that. You know, because we actually need this kind of boost. I'm thinking that for the Caribbean, if only the Caribbean could get together as a people, you know, then we don't really need to rely on America. You understand? We could trade with them, but not rely on them like we're looking for handouts. The scriptures say the borrower is a slave to the lenders, and these people knows that. They knows that, people. You understand? That is why when an IMF or whoever come lend us money or something like that, they're up on your back. They're on your back in such a way that they determine how you treat your people, what you pay your people, how you pay them, when you pay them, you know, how much to pay them, you know, stuff like that. They control you. Well, they got something else coming. You know, you notice that, watch, we are the chosen people of the Most High Elohim. These people, as I'm saying, these people you have down in Israel long, they will call themselves Jews, you know. They are just the synagogue of Satan. Anyway, you notice right now that all roads don't lead to Rome anymore. All roads leading to Africa. Why? There is a saying that if you control Africa, you control the world. Why? Because in Africa, you could plant thousands of acres of land with food. You could get all the diamonds, all the gold, all the jewelry you wanting down there. You'll be the richest place on earth because Africa is the richest place on earth. But we are just being exploited. You have enough land in Africa and enough wealth in Africa to feed every black man it have on the face of the earth. It's as simple as that. Okay? So what is happening here is that everybody is heading towards Africa because everybody wants a piece of Africa. They split up Africa. You know, recently they split up. We have all different boundaries, different countries. They did that. Right now, everybody looking to get a stake in Africa right now. The Chinese, you know, everybody, you know, they are trying to get a stake into Africa. Why? Because what they don't know is that the Mosai tell them to come down. You understand? The Mosai say, come down to the land of Jehoshaphat. You know, there I will plead with you about my people. Then you will tell me what really going on. What is your sin? Then I will judge you for the wickedness you have done to my people. You understand? Most of these people does not understand. You know, they have been lured into a war that makes no sense. All along they are fighting and trying to destroy the black man. Each and every one of them who going into war right now. You understand? All of them have a stake in the destruction of the black race. You understand? I don't know what Russia played, which I doubt. I haven't read about anything where Russia get down and destroy black people. I've never read about that. But the rest of the nations, they did it. They did it and they constantly doing it. And they just wouldn't stop. You understand what I'm saying? Right? So the Mosai said to come down there. He said if you're weak, get strong. Or play strong. You know, he said let the weak be strong and come down. Come down into the valley of Jehoshaphat. That is where I'll plead my cause about my people. Then you'll have to give me account for what you do to my people. Why do you think the world is never at peace? The world is never at peace because in the beginning the scripture tell us that if they curse you, I will curse them. If they bless you, I will bless them. But what is happening? They're not blessing you. They are cursing us constantly. They are always in war with us. And the scripture told them, if you bless them, I will bless you. If you curse them, I will curse you. Who is the them? The them he is speaking about is his people. Is his people. His people, 12 tribes of Israel. That is who we are. Okay? He's speaking to us. So in other words, the Bible itself and the word in the Bible was spoken about us, to us. And we have to listen to it. Okay? So if that is the case, let them come down in Jehoshaphat. And then we'll kind of sort things out down there. That will be the day of the wicked. The day of the wicked will soon come. In a hurry too. And when it comes, it's a total mess. So all I am saying, it doesn't matter what happens next year or two or what. We have to learn to stick together. We have to learn to unite. We have to learn to love each other. That we will even give our life for our brother or sister. Because that is the only thing that could save us. That in itself is like the blood of the lamb upon our door. So when the Mosai or Elohim visit the wicked, you wouldn't get caught. Let me tell you something. Before Yahushua went up, you know what he said? He said, I live in a commandment with you. Love each other. Love one another. Why? Because by that, they would know that you are mine. You understand? So then, if you love one another and you're living in total love with each other and peace with each other, though it have wars and stuff going on, and the Mosai make a visit, the angel of death make a visit throughout the community, and his instruction is to kill all the wicked and the hateful. He will pass over you because he will recognize you have a spirit of love within you that only you could get from Yahushua HaMashiach. So then we have to know exactly what's up. We must know what is going on because what is going on is not easy. You understand? We have to know. You have to wake up. You know? We have to wake up. And the thing about it is that when you look around you, and I do believe that a lot of the activities that took place in the Caribbean, you know, with our people in terms of how we try to, at least I don't support this kind of culture we have, but we try to create a kind of culture for ourselves, you know. But we have a lot of influence. We have a lot of impact on the people who live in Africa to wake up, you know. Sometimes when I think about us, and I think about Africa, how it is, we didn't ask them to come and collect grain. We didn't ask them to come and collect flour, whatever it is. But the fact that we talk about it, the fact that they listen to us and stuff like that, you know, we are like Benjamin. I always just look at it like that. You know, like when they were sold into, Benjamin was sold into Egypt, you know, and then he had to rescue his family. Sometimes I look at us in this light. Because even now in Africa, if you notice what's up, in Africa, people singing the word of Jesus and stuff like that. People running around wearing cross, you know, then kind of way. People speaking in terms of the colonial kind of people. You understand? Right? People still fighting up to speak English when we're supposed to just firebomb the English. You know, as I say, learn something. Let's learn something else. You know? So the situation is this: there's a lot of things to do, you know, but we have to learn to love each other and unite as one people. If only we could do that, we are forced to be reckoned with, to be reckoned with, you know. So we have to learn those lessons. You know, we have to be able to be identified, you know, by those people that this person is a person of righteousness and justness. You understand? That is what we're supposed to be. Okay? So the fact that our brothers in Africa is kicking up some dust, I think we should all support them. We don't need the thing here. We don't need the homosexuality. We don't need the nonsense. We have to support our brothers in the fatherland. Peace.